Hi, my name is Dr. Annette Parker, and today I'm going to be talking about cardinality principle using Subitizing with 10 frames. Now, in my pre-video, I used manipulatives to reveal the five counting principles, including stable order, cardinality principles, etc. But in this particular, in my post video, I went to use cardinality principle using supertizing with 10 frames. So in this post video, I'm going to discuss how to use supertizing with 10 frames. And I want you to know it's important to note that this strategy is designed to improve arithmetic fluency by providing students with the ability to see small numbers of objects and predict the amount without counting. First, in doing this, it is important that teachers recognize that this is an evidence-based practice and that students can quickly glance at a 10 frame and reveal how many dots the students observe while using perceptual supertizing to put them in groups for the students' mental computation. So the purpose for this practice is for the students to develop their arithmetic fluency and be able to observe the group. And what that means is that the students would be able to add or subtract by supertizing. For example, teachers can use a statement and say, I'm going to show you some dots on a 10 frame. And I want you to put the numbers in group while telling me how many dots you see. Make sure you try to supertize it. And that is such a key word that I think teachers should use and that you should state to make sure you try to supertize it. That gives the students a clue of what they're going to do. And when you do this, the teacher should place the dots in arrangement at 8. And I'm going to show you later on what I mean. After the student comes up with the answer, the teacher should ask the student, well, how did you know that? And you always should ask the student that question and get the student to think and give their responses of how did they arrive at that number. And I'm going to show you an example of that also. Another example is that teachers should rearrange their dots on their 10 frame and ask the same and state the same previous statement. And wait for the student's reply and ask, how did you know that? And I'm going to show you a perfect example of what I mean by grouping in a few seconds. But I wanted you to know that it's important that teachers understand that by using 10 frame, and this allows the students to observe how many dots is being represented in a 10 frame. And this method offers the student the opportunity to count groups for summation. So we're going to get to the example, the two examples of the statement that I chose right now.
Okay, so we're going to get started with the first example that I stated. So today I'm going to show you some dots, and this is my 10 frames. And as I stated that you should stay, today I'm going to show you some dots on the 10 frame, and I want you to put the numbers in group while telling me how many dots you see. Make sure you try to supertize it. So teachers should place the dots in arrangement of 8, but you should not show the students this. This has to be done without the students seeing it. So once you have your 10 frame arrangements going, you have 4 here and 4 here, you would quickly show the students your 10 frames. And then the students should be allowed to observe it and answer 8 with no hesitation. The teacher should ask the student then, how did you know that? Student's suggested response is because 4 plus 4 gives me 8. Another example, teachers should rearrange the dots. So for example, they could have 3 dots on the top, and you could have one, two, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom of the board. So teachers would ask the students the same previous question, would state the same previous statement, and the students would reply, well, 3 plus 5 is 8. And then the students would be able to tell the teacher that the 2 groups that he observed is the 3 groups on the top and the 5 groups on the bottom. And this all results in 8. So when you're doing subitizing with the 10 frame, remember, it doesn't matter how you really arrange it. If you arrange it 4 here and 4 here, what matters is that the students understand the grouping, the different grouping, and coming up with the right, correct answers. Now, I want to state that in conclusion, it is important that teachers understand by using 10 frames and to allow the students to observe how many dots is being represented in a 10 frame. This method offers the student the opportunity to count the groups for summation, such as 4 plus 4 is 8. The purpose of this lesson is that students be able to use cardinality principle by using dots and being able to subitize through glancing and also on a 10 frame. I thank you so much. Thank you.